Hello and welcome to the Tuesday Tell-All. It's Tuesday already. Snowy Tuesday. It's pretty bad out there right now, so I'm glad I don't have to go anywhere tonight. I'm glad I just get to hang out with you guys, and hopefully I don't have to go anywhere tomorrow because I really don't want to go out there, and I really don't feel like shoveling. Does anybody walk around and shovel anymore? I used to do that when I was a kid. Hasn't happened to me as of late, so willing to pay. Braid through my wife's wallet, willing to pay people that want to come here and shovel. So maybe you can do that. All right, February 11th. Already, we're in like mid-February. The year is flying by. We had the Scag Pro Shootout down there in Bradenton, Florida. Of course, it looked like it was 80 degrees and sunny all 3 days there, and I was not there. No, I was posting pictures that I was receiving from people, and I was trying to piece together some ladders to keep you guys all updated as to what was going on there. But that was the extent of me being down in sunny Florida. I hope you guys are all staying nice and warm where you are. Casey Miles. Casey was down there. How you doing? Good evening, Casey. Keeping me updated down there. Appreciate that. Daniel K. Davis. What's going on, Daniel? How are you, buddy? And he's working, so I won't be participating. Working at 8:30 at night? Casey, what are you doing? I thought you were retired. You working on the cars? There's Walt Walker. We've got him commenting. We've got him in person, too. We're going to bring him on in a minute. And we're going to have Monty Bogan, who is the big winner, two-time winner down there at the Scag Pro Shootout. Comments are just flying in. Amy Butler. Amy, how are you? Amy was there for sure. She had a great time. Hayden Brown. Hayden, I should have been at your house on Sunday after that Super Bowl. But go Birds, huh? How about that? Russ Abrams, getting ready for the biggest snowstorm this year in Michigan. Oh, boy. That don't sound good. Big snowstorm in Michigan is probably way bigger than a snowstorm here. Tom Baker's in the house. Let's go, Tom. How you doing, buddy? Good evening, peeps. What's up? AmCam124. Michael Borst, how you doing? What's going on? Don Kennedy, time flies as I get older. Don, come on. You're not even 75 yet, are you? I don't consider old until 90, especially in the racing world. 76 in Miami. Oh, Casey, I really dislike you right now. Ray Minnick. Sitting here doing accounting in the snow. All right, everybody needs to talk to Ray. All you race car drivers, run your racing operation through your businesses. I'm told that's what a lot of people do. You could probably talk to Ray Minnick about that. He's the accountant, right? George Wright, what's going on out in the Motor City? Joseph Eustace, cold rain in North Carolina, better than snow. Dealing cards, Texas Hold'em. Oh, all right. Nice. I like it. We should have a little casino night at the racetrack. Maybe we can put that together at Maple Grove. Who's up for that? Scott Cott, what's going on? In Florida, but supposed to head back to Michigan Thursday. Come on, snowstorm. All right, so you, Scott, I saw you in Bradenton last year, so I'm guessing you were there this year. So that's pretty cool. Glad you got to check it out. Tom Maoli's in the West Coast. The fires are out, but now bracing for 3 days of rain and mud. Well, at least the fires are under control. That went on for a long time. That was awful and heartbreaking, to say the least. Brian Cool, happy Tuesday. Absolutely. We got Rocket Man race coatings in the house. It's a little chilly in Phoenix, 61 degrees. Wonderful. Not bad at all. Robbie Butler, what's going on, Robbie? How are you doing, man? Robbie was down there having fun, driving one of the, he was driving one of the Monty Bogan cars down there. Don Kennedy needs an accountant. That's what happens when you make all that money, right? Talk to Minnick. All right. And we got Tom Baker, warm and sunny on the beautiful west side of Baltimore. Yeah, right. Come on. Who are you trying to fool? All right, let's go. Let's go here. We got to get going. Driverinterviews.com. That's the website, guys. Hashtag the car show. Use that hashtag whenever you post stock and super stock stuff on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube even. YouTube does hashtags. And if you want to find me, at Driver Interviews is all you got to type in. You'll find me on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. All 3 channels growing. And that's what we like. Spreading the word. OriginalLupeTortilla.com. Shows not possible without Stan and Sheila Holt. Original Lupe Tortilla, founded in 1983, the year I was born. Houston, Beaumont, College Station, and Katy. And if you didn't see, I posted a real in-car camera of Sheila Holt on Facebook the other day. I'm trying to dabble with these reels a little bit. And I don't know, 4 days ago I posted it. It's a cool in-car versus John Duzak. Heads up, class elimination runoff. Got over 207,000 views already. So what can I say? Stock and super stock. It's where it's at. Best kept secret in NHRA. Draginsights.com. Check out your stats. Check out your opponent's stats. By the way, we're going to start sending out scorecards after events to let you know how you're doing and let you know how your year is going. Like it'll be like how you did this weekend and how your year cumulatively is going. So that's a pretty cool new thing. There's going to be an FAQ section to address a lot of the questions that we get. Why is it, why is this stat showing up here, but it's not showing up there? Type of stuff. There are outliers. We don't want to count a stat like, somebody's 350 light because the other guy was broken. Things like that. That's an outlier and that would not be accurate. So things like that will be explained in the FAQs. Go to draginsights.com, check out your stats, check out your opponent's stats. Insure your race cars, ladies and gentlemen. Don Kennedy Race Car Insurance. He's here right now if you have any questions for him. And he can be reached at 602-284-6240 or 1donkennedy@gmail.com. He's got a form you fill out. Tell him about your car. It can be a race car. It doesn't have to be a race car. It can be classic cars, trailers, whatever you got. Don can get you insured, but he races super stock and he knows how to insure race cars. We got Rob Youngblood on board this year. AdvancedClutches.com. Did anybody see that beautiful, beautiful 8-inch billet machined single disc 6-finger clutch that I posted on Facebook and Instagram yesterday? That is going in my super stock 289 this year, and I can't wait. That thing is way lighter than anything I've used before, way more adjustable, and way prettier, I might add, as well. So advancedclutches.com if you want to go the stick shift route and you want a pretty piece, very pretty piece. As somebody said, it's unfortunate that thing has to be covered by a bell housing. And PontiacEngines.com, that's Bruce Fulper, Mr. 428, founder of that combination in super stock. He loves that combination. I think he builds it as well. So if you want to get a hold of him, he can get you going. And RocketManCoatings.com. Rocky is here. He just commented a few minutes ago. He's coating a set of rings for me as we speak for my Stalker 302 Mustang. So excited about that. He's coated other parts for me. You can get rings, pistons, bearings, lifters, whatever you got, valves. He can coat them for you. Oil pump gears, transmission gears. Less friction means more horsepower. RocketManCoatings.com. Check him out. All right, let's see. Let's bring Walt Walker on. I know he's here, and I'm feeling a little tired and under the weather tonight, and I think Walt can maybe help me out here. So let's bring him in. Let's bring him in. Here we go. There he is. What's up, Walt?
What's up, everybody? How you doing?
Thanks for tuning in tonight, Walt. Tuning in. Thanks for joining me and helping me out tonight, Walt.
I'm tuned in. I'm hanging out. This is our first show of the new year. I think it is, isn't it?
I think it is. Did you bring your beer tonight or what?
Don't leave home without it. See that? Don't come home without it. It's a
we need a name for our segment when we do this, because I never, I always forget mine.
Winging it with Walt, I guess, because I'm just here to wing it. I don't know what I'm doing anytime I jump on here.
That's what I do every Tuesday. All right. Well, tonight, Walt, we're going to talk about the Scag Pro Shootout, which you were fortunate enough to be patched into on the FLO live stream there. So you got to see it up close and personal, I should say, on your TV. Whereas I was kind of stuck. I joined the WhatsApp and I was getting all the updates, but all the ladders were in car numbers. So thank God for Drag Insights. I was able to you're just able to go on there, search car numbers out, and find out who all the drivers are. So that's how I was writing ladders out. I did make a mistake with Dan Young. I typed in the wrong number, and I got a driver that wasn't competing there. But
yeah, that's a good way to cross-reference everything. I didn't even think about that, to be honest. And watching it live, Flo did an excellent job. I mean, I would say if you don't want to pay for the whole year for Flo, if they continue this pro deal, and there's a couple pro mod races you can all get for February if you just want to buy that month. I mean, it's the coverage of the sportsman was phenomenal. I must say.
The camera angles, the drone flights over the track. I mean, it looked really, really top notch, I must say. How about this? Jackie Frick, first time joining. This is cool. Hi, Jackie.
You put Monty's name in the title, and it brings out the big dogs.
Jackie, I just read about Jackie in my National Dragster here. If anybody's got their latest issue, Women of Power there. So lots of cool articles in there, Jackie being one of them. For our female racers, we got a couple class racers in there as well. Amy Butler. Robbie was back in our Firebird. Okay, the white Firebird was out there.
Yep.
Now, Walt,
Yep.
you can clarify because you saw all of this. I'm just going by car numbers and hopes and dreams over here that I'm getting it right.
Yeah, I
So
saw just about all of it. Some of it I was up underneath my race car doing a little work, so I was listening to it. But yeah, I saw mostly everything.
now the racing was phenomenal. I gotta
Oh
say. I
man.
mean, you talk about it's February. Maybe people would be a little rusty. They haven't raced in several months, and that just didn't seem to be the case. Not from the eliminations that I was watching and scoring. So just some beautiful cars down there. How about Jason Line and the fish stick car?
Oh my God.
Monty's cars, his 67 Camaro, who else was there with
I mean,
Santangelo with his wheel standing Camaro? I mean, it was just
Santangelo with both of their cars, and the Trumbull kids, Riley and Hayden with both of their cars, Will Standing Corvette and
uh,
67 Camaro also. I
yeah,
mean, the Dodgers with Doug Duell. I mean, it was truly a car show, truly a car
absolutely.
show. And they were driving lights out. After you got about past, if you got past first round, you might have been able to eke by, but after that, it was on.
How about it?
It was on.
I saw some. I had to run out to the garage and hit the practice tree a little bit because oh 15 and 020 wasn't going to get it done there. I don't think
I
so.
mean, Jason Lyon in the fish stick was 004 twice in a row, and he left second both times. I mean, it was just tough. Kevin Helms was 000 on him, and I forget exactly what happened on the finish line, but I think, well, actually, I think Jason was 004 and dead on 3 or 4 or something like that. So it's just really tight package. And then Hayden Trumbull was 003 to Jason 004. So
Wow,
it was crazy.
that's Hayden can drive, man. That kid, and you know what? In that car, they're kind of probably still figuring that car out, and he just makes it look easy. So, and it's a beautiful car on top of all of that. So it's hats off to Hayden Trumbull for his driving job this weekend.
Yep.
Walt, I want to get through a couple quick announcements here, and then we're going to get right back on the Scag Shootout. I don't have birthdays tonight, guys. I'm sorry, but next week we'll do 2 weeks worth of birthdays, the Drag Insights birthday shoutouts. I do have some very unfortunate news that I just feel the need that I have to say. Junior dragster racer down there in Orlando Dragway, Elianice Zoe Diaz. She was a very young junior dragster driver. She passed away on February 4th, 2025 from a on-track accident. That's all I know. It was just heartbreaking and sad. She honestly looks like, one of my nieces, and it was just, I just feel so bad for the family there. So if we could extend some prayers out to the Diaz family, that was just a heartbreaking loss there.
Yeah.
I don't know how you even deal with something like that. So just pray for them and hope that they can get through this troubling, awful
Thoughts and
time.
prayers to the family.
What else do we have? We've got some serious racing news here. The IHRA and the WDRA are joining forces, which seems to be a pretty big deal. Together, those two sanctioning bodies will oversee 110 sanctioned facilities, and that's not including any upcoming agreements. From what the website said, they're going to host 15, or they're currently hosting 15 bracket racing events and laying the groundwork for a vibrant and supportive racing community, according to the website. So IHRA is still continuing to make some big moves here. Well, and we'll see where this kind of goes from here on out. What do you think about this?
I think it could be a good thing. I mean, it's a lot of the WDRA people came from the IHRA side, so they kind of know what the IHRA customer wants in its heyday, and that gives them a lot of different tracks. I think they're going to run a lot of the smaller events at the WDRA races, and then tracks, and they got to pick out some spots to do some nitro jams for the IHRA side, and I don't know what they're gonna do to pro-ams, but it's a good thing. It gives people more options and trying to, come together and crossbreed some of this stuff where we not everybody's just not fighting all the time and fighting for schedules and fighting for, having conflicting schedules all the time. I think it'll be good.
Yeah, well, hey, the more avenues that you can go race, the better. So, and it competition is good. You know, if IHRA is going to be competition for NHRA, it forces both sanctioning bodies to just, you know, do their best and up their game. And I mean, we can all appreciate that.
Well, I don't even. I agree, competition is good, but I look at it as options is good, right? So you don't actually have to compete with each other. Just give the customer options, and then we can choose where we want to go or what fits our schedule. We have to have options when it comes to this stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. And well, options on the same weekend then become competition.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
But you know, where I live, I think it's more NHRA based. If IHRA should kind of make its way up anywhere into the Northeast, I mean, MIR, I guess, might be the closest avenue for me. We'll see what happens. I'll definitely keep my ears open with that. Having said all that, I think it's time to bring the big winner in here. Let's get Monty Bogan Jr. on the call here, and he can tell us all about his path to a 2-time champion down there at the Scag Pro Shootout. You can give us some driving tips too while he's at it. All right, let's bring him on. Monty Bogan, are you there, sir?
Yes, sir. I'm here. How's everybody doing?
Monty Joe, how you doing, buddy?
Good, Walt. How are you, buddy?
Great.
Great. Bobby,
Doing good.
how are you doing?
I'm doing great. Congratulations on your big win there, sir.
Thank you. We had a great time down there at the Pro Shootout. It was a Scag Power Pro Shootout. It was awesome, man. We had a great time. Y'all missed it. Missed a very good race.
Yeah, I hate that we didn't make it there. You know, we were there last year when you won first time, and I figured you were gonna win again this time, so it made no sense for me to go back. I saw this movie already, so.
Oh man, I hope we do it again next year.
Yeah, I bet.
You know, we're already thinking about next year, so everybody in that group did a great job. I mean, Bo Butner and the elite group and everybody that was involved in that race was phenomenal. You know, I think the guy that runs Top Fuel, a funny car, his dad, Head.
Oh, Chad Head.
Yeah. He was putting it on, and I talked to him. It was great. It ran on schedule. I think Superstock got pushed back one time. That was because they had a big oil down that they couldn't control. You know, other than that, man, it was 10:30. We was on the track at 10. We was there at 10:29 on the track, going down the track. It wasn't calling you up at 10:30. We was rolling at 10:29. It was run very well, and it was great.
Can you speak on the track prep for the weekend there, Monty? How was it?
I didn't have no problem. I mean, my super stocker in there, we did some changes to it and went back to a Hoosier racing tire, but we had the best 60-foot I've ever had in that car at 122. And the stocker 136 every time down the track, and that's pretty good for a D-stock automatic car weighing 30. Whatever we weigh it now, 3,500 pounds or 34 or something. Now I'm weighing some. Thanks to some people that got us hit, but that's a different story. But it went well. So I didn't have no problem. I know Pro Stock was having a few issues, but you know, I don't think no sportsman guys had issues. I don't think. I did think a Copo made us fun one time, Mike with a Copo, but other than that, my car was just right down the racetrack. I mean, sky high. So I didn't have no issues.
Well, that's perfect. And coming from you, talking about the guys at Pro and all of that stuff, you've actually raced, and well, you've won everywhere you race, but IHRA, NHRA, now this Pro deal. You've seen a lot of tracks and a lot of different groups putting on races, so you'd be one to speak to know that this was a really, really well put together race.
Well, it was, but I'm laughing at Mike DePalma's little thing down here. He's sitting at home watching probably Tom and Jerry on cartoons or something. Now, I mean, I'm telling you, it was great for me. I mean, the car kept picking up, and I never even thought about spinning in none of my stuff. You know, the first time the Super Stocker, it left so high that it unloaded. But we had to make changes, and then after that, it was 122, 123, 60 foot, which is pretty good for a BS car. And you know, at 3,000 pounds, the modified cars don't 60 foot very well. So I didn't have no problems, none at all. It was a very good race. I loved it.
And I got to say, a comment just came in there from Tom Baker. He Tom Baker, for anybody that doesn't know, makes some beautiful control arm bearings, and he had some in Jason's Hemi car, and he says, they work, and I think we can all attest to that. He's got them in a lot of cars, so Tom Baker hit him up for some nice control arm bearings. Monty, what was the weather like for those of us? We saw the ETs. Can you give us some density altitude numbers or
Barrow? 103 to 104, mid 103s, 104 correction factor all weekend. I did get down to 102 at that last evening, right before we ran the finals. It got down a little bit, but it was hot. It was 84, 85 degrees with 50% humidity. Barometer was around 2990 to 30s, about 1,900 feet, anywhere from 1,500 to 1,900 feet. Very nice, very warm, very hot. If you wasn't used to that before you got down there yet, it was very hot. People coming from up north, coming down there, or people from the south that would, we had a cold spell right before we went. So, man, I was sweating, but that made them beers taste good. I ain't gonna lie about it. It was pretty good cold coming out of that ice. Yes, it was pretty good. In the evenings when you got done.
See, now that's what I
made it right during the day.
Last year, after you won, I think you came back to get your picture, you already had a beer, and that's when I was able to get my interview of you, and you already had your beer ready to go. So, these are all things I missed,
It wasn't nothing different this year. So we get down to the end, there's no wind lights. So the lady that was doing the station lane said, pull off to your right if you win. We don't know if we won or not. We don't know until you're reading the phone, right? So, what I figured out, the camera up there on the stands would follow you if you won when you went through the finish line. He would follow the car that won. So in semis, I'm looking up. So and not the semis, around before when I had to run gauge. I was like, all right, camera, follow me, camera, follow me, camera. Well, camera followed me. I'm like, yeah. So in the final, the camera followed me, and I'm but the flagman told me to turn left instead of right. So I'm all confused down there. I'm throwing my hands up, then hit my helmet. And then he come back over. He said, I made a mistake. Oh, man, I start going crazy. So back to the beer, we get back to, and I went back right to the motorhome, threw a case in the passenger seat, went straight to the finish. That's the picture taken. So, I had my beer. Don't worry about that. That's going to be in there. That's what I need. I need a beer sponsor. That's what I need.
Right?
Yeah, get back on the beers there.
We need beer and cigarettes back as sponsors.
Yes, I agree. I don't know about cigarettes. I mean, sponsors, but I don't smoke. But yeah.
But that's when the money was flowing.
I stick them. I put it. I hold it there. Like, hey.
What beer do you drink? And what's your beer choice?
Well, right now I'm on Michelob Ultra, but I'm liking the Yingling Flights. I'm a Yingling Flight.
Okay. Watching your calories, I see.
Yeah,
huh?
Right now I'm sipping on a little WT's cup. See there, go WT's. And drinking a little Michelob Ultra. Just went to Texas Roadhouse all dinner. It was very good.
Oh, okay.
All right. That's where the winners go. If you lose, you go to McDonald's.
It was free. That my buddy bought, so don't.
That's even better. That tastes even better. That's a great question, Bobby, because you asked about weather, and I didn't think Monty even paid attention to all that.
Huh. Well, I just
so you got him telling his secrets. I just thought he'd sit around bullshit all the time and make Amy cook food.
He is a good cook. Man, we ate good. We had pot roast and carrots one day. We had steak. Now Troy Huntsberry bought a bunch of meat. We had steaks and chicken. We're gonna eat good.
Yeah.
Like Robbie and Amy says. Robbie says, "Don't ever trust a skinny cook." So we eat very well. Right?
I can attest to that.
So where you'll be at Gainesville, I'm sure, right, Monty?
Yes, sir. We're going to Orlando. We're leaving Tuesday, go to Orlando, and we'll stay to Orlando to after the Gators. We'll stay.
Okay. And you live in South Carolina?
Yep, from Bowling Springs, near South Carolina, North Carolina border, up top.
Okay. What do you do for a living when you're not racing? I'm curious.
Mostly sit on the couch, watch TV. Right?
Nah,
we own property rentals. Me and my family, me and my sister, we own some property rentals, and then we have WT's car lot. So we venture in that stuff when I'm not racing. I don't do very much. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not one of them guys say I work very hard. I'm not. I work on race cars all day mostly, and Every now and then, I did work a little bit today on rental properties, so I hope my sister will be proud of that. But we have a good time here around here. So
that's good. All right,
yeah.
Rental properties. That's where it's at.
Rental properties, baby.
A little headache, but for a great long-term investment. Okay, we'll get back to the Scag Pro Shootout. You and I are going to talk about rental properties later, though.
Yeah,
off camera.
anytime.
So driving job there, and that final round. I mean, leading up last year. Now you had to wait. There was a long, and I really admire this about racers. I pay attention to this kind of stuff. But when they make you wait in the lanes for an hour, strapped in the cars, before that final, and you put on a driving display last year in that final, I knew for sure, like, this guy is he can't be rattled. And same thing again this year in that final round. I believe, what were you, 0-10 in that final round, and 1075 on a 1076 dial, from what I remember correctly, going up against Joe Santangelo. So, like, what were you thinking for that race? Now, you've already ran a couple rounds here. You're pretty much dialed in. You know you're going up against Joe. You got any thoughts going through your head there before that one?
Well, Joe was driving very well, I'm pretty sure. I think I looked back and he was 00 the last 2 runs in stock. I think I'm pretty sure. But yeah, once you get down to them rounds, you got to be, you got to be good. You can't be sitting there. And I've made mistakes where you are sitting there and being late, but I just, you got to concentrate. Like Tim Freeman always tells me, if you know Timmy, he says, just give me 15 seconds, right? Give me 15 seconds once you get in that car after you do your burnout. Give me 15 seconds of your best. So that's what we try to do. And I could tell when, like, first round I was late, and I knew when I left. When you can tell when you're hitting it and when you're leaving late, you're having a good day. So at the first round, I told myself, I said, just be 30 or better. And then once you come up to somebody like Joe, and you got to hit it hard. You can't leave him no room. And then like Gage Birch, I've never ran that kid before, but I've heard great stories about him. And
he was crushing it.
I was a little later than I wanted to be. I set it to be 15 or 15 to 18. I think I was 29, 21 or something. But and that was to buy into the final. I was wanting to be better. But when Winlock came on, I was lucky because I think he was 007 or something. So, but yeah, just go for it. If you like I tell them, if it turns green in later rounds, we're going to be good because we don't want to be late. I'd rather be. I'll tell you the truth. I'd rather be red and be late when it's in the semis or the finals. I keep. That's just my thought process of it.
Be aggressive in crunch time. Sounds like it.
Yeah, just let it all hang out. You ain't got nothing to lose.
You're there already, right?
Yeah, I mean, just let it all go. Let it have some fun. So when I left in the final, I knew I was like, oh Lord, that's pretty good. And then I looked back and he was right there, and I said, oh Lord, I don't know. So I kind of ran a little high gear to make up the difference, because to try to just make them stay there. And then of course, you're going to try to dump at the end like we all do. And I called his dump pretty well. So it all worked out really pretty good.
That's a lot of savvy and experience. Now, that car, that's not the old Top Stock car, right? That's
no.
Which car is that? I know you have two that are pretty identical.
I sold the old Top Stock car. It went to the state of Washington. Todd Wagner bought it. This is it was originally built by Sean Core, and then it went to the Cummins guys out in Louisiana. Then I got it from Mike Sapansky. He ran it Top Stock back in the day.
Gotcha.
But it's originally when Sean Core built that car. Then it went to Brett and Larry and Slate all that there. And look, my wife just comments. He drives me crazy. She's laid up in the damn bedroom back there. And so that's that car. I love that car. I love that car. Never leave my side. Hopefully, hopefully my great grandchildren will drive that car.
In the last 12 months, I mean, going back to last year for the Scag race, the pro race, how many times have you driven? You've been in 3 or 4 finals. You've only driven it 3 or 4 times, right?
Yeah, last year I drove it 3 times. Was in 3 finals, won 2 of them, and then this year we starting off with. Yeah, everybody said this year I might want to leave the super stocker at home and drive the stocker in comp, but the comp car and the super stocker just leaves so much alike, right, on the tree. So when I'm there with the super stocker and Lee Sharp and Cali Sharp's comp car, they just leave so much identical. So I got to let the tree come on with them both cars, and then the stocker I don't. I can leave off the, basically mid flash. So that's why I kind of leave it at home. But if I don't do good in super stock first 3 races, I'll park it. I'll put the stocker back in there. I'm lucky to have options like that. Most people don't, so we're very lucky in that way.
Well, and you're giving us, I think you're giving the stocker guys a break, as good as you are in that thing right now. So stocker guys are probably glad.
One guy said the more times I race it, the more times I'll probably mess up. So if I bring it out 3 times a year and win it, that's what I'm going to do.
Yeah. Keep the percentages high.
Yeah.
That's a 67 Camaro, right, Monty? And that's got the 396, 325.
Yeah, 396, 3/4.
So you're kind of stuck then with that because you can't even claim the 396, 350. So
I had to put the 104 pounds in it, and I'm just that's just me. I think we can still run second under, second and 5, second 10 under, about as all I can go. But you still can go second under. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
You
could always put a stick in it.
Nah. Listen, I love sticks. I love sticks.
For you.
Hey, I love when Tim Freeman and Mike DePalma's there to work on them. I don't want to work on them. Let them guys do it, not me. So let Lee Sharp and Mikey and Timmy, let them all stick their heads in together and figure all that out. I'll stick with automatics.
The comp car is an automatic?
Yeah.
No.
It wasn't last year. But,
okay.
2 years ago, it was a stick, but we put the automatic back in it.
Got some funny comments flying in. I don't know if you saw any of them. But
yeah, I know. I'm sitting here watching.
I wish it wouldn't cover your face when they came in, but I don't always have.
You think you got friends until you get on some kind of show like this, and this is what you got to. On a great show like y'all have, we have to listen to these keyboard kings. I call them at home.
Well, De Palma's that West Coast guy, so
he's in Texas. He's in Texas now. He's not out by you now, Walt.
Is he?
In Texas. But he's originally a West Coast idiot.
Yeah.
So, I like my Mikey D. He helps me so much. It's unbelievable. But
he's a great guy. We just don't want to tell him that.
Yeah.
Yep. But so what are you gonna mostly run Division 2 next year? I mean, this year now, or
yeah, so we got a lot of doubles this year.
You coming to Belrose?
I don't know yet, and this is what I told. Well, I ain't told my wife, but I guess you'll listen to it now. If I do well in Gainesville, either one, if I win one of the Gators or Gainesville, I'm going to Belrose. I love that place down there. I had a ball down there 2 years ago. The food great, the people's great. So if I do well at one of them, if I lose first round, you know how that goes. I'm gone for 3 weeks, lose first round, I'm going home.
Yeah.
If I do good, I'll probably head on down to Belarus. Yep.
That'll be the only time Amy won't have to cook much.
Oh,
because there's food everywhere.
They cooked that pasta laya, whatever they call it,
at
the starting line 2 years ago. I was down there. I was in the semis of super stock. I'm on there eating a bowl of pasta laya, sitting on a dang picnic table. And I said, "Man, this is good." And it's like, "You might want to go get your car. You got to run." I mean, it was really good. I liked it. And
the crawfish too, right?
The crawfish is good. Yeah.
I mean, that was the first time I had it. I had a good time there. I just wish it wasn't the weekend right after Gainesville, because I am going down to the Gator Nationals now to get some content and film, and I don't think I'll be able to go right to Belrose a week later. unless I really, really sweet talk, my wife into let me do something like that. So
Just don't.
I am trying to get ready for my own race season too. So it's
just leave and don't tell her and beg for forgiveness. That's what I'm doing.
Forgiveness instead of permission. Yep.
Yes,
I've been doing that for years.
When you're halfway there, call her and say, "Hey, I ain't gonna be home till probably next week. I'm going to Belarus."
Took a wrong turn.
We'll see. So we'll see if you're going to defend your Division II Superstock champion last year, right?
Yeah, we won the Division II and Superstock and Comp. So we had a really good year, man. Lee really Sharp and Carolyn, that Comp car was very fast, and that Tim Freeman motor. And as you see, I'm throwing all these names in there to make me sound good, right?
That's good.
And,
we like it.
So Mikey D was helping me on the tune, and we got a fast race car.
And it's hard to win in the super mods nowadays. It
is
wise. You're getting chased a bunch.
I think I spotted one guy all year last year, and I'm going 840s, and I think I spotted one guy. So I don't know what Kim's talking about. That don't work with me.
I think we're going to leave this comment up for the rest of the show now. Well, you know what? This one follows it. How about that? There you go.
There's my wife's best friend, which is also my doctor. So that's who did the fake physical for me there, so I could get my license. But I think we're gonna have a good year. I think we're doing really good in the Jags All-Star and Comp. So hopefully I get that done, and so I can go to Dallas and come down there and see Walt for a little while.
That'll be awesome.
Yeah, that'd
be awesome. It's a really good race there since they put the All-Stars there and the Stampede of Speed. Of course, Bobby and I will talk about it later in the year, but it's a really fun, good race. And a lot of badass races.
Yeah, I had to go down there too. I think it was 2 years ago when I was doing that Roger Brogdon deal. We had both Comp cars down there, and it was really good, really fun, really a lot of good people there, a lot of good drivers, a lot of fast race cars. So, hopefully I'll be there this year.
I don't think there's any more Comp bonus fun. Walt, what do you think?
No, there's a small group that was talking about some of the people that were part of the sponsorship group. They were talking about doing something independently, but I don't know if they have a total plan in place just yet. They may announce, nothing set in stone, but they've been talking about maybe on a smaller scale, but just, making it worth it for the Comp guys to come.
And I saw Roger Brogdon selling some cars, so I don't know is he still going to be in racing this, or
he's got a car in the works.
Okay, all right.
There you go.
Yeah, he's got a car in the works. Are you going to say something, Monty, about the program?
Well, I've not heard anything about Division 4, but I think Division 3 and Division 5 still has a little comp program. I ran both division last year, and I think Division 5, like the Patterson Elite Group, put up some money for number one qualifier and bonus funds. And I think Division 3, I know Division 3 had a pretty good bonus fund.
They had a good deal also,
I really hope somebody picks up Division 2, and I'd like to see Comp have a lot of, because Comp's a fun class. When you got a fast race car, it's a really fun class.
Yeah.
So I love it. Thanks to all that group I got, the elite group and all them. I really, Richard and Royce and Lee Sharp and Tim Freeman and Mikey D. They got me a fast hot rod. So I really like it. I just wish somebody would put some money up for because it takes a lot of money to run one of them cars, guys. I mean, a lot. Yeah, I didn't know really how much it took till I see the bills rolling in. And, thank God I don't have to pay for none of it. But it's really expensive to run that class. But that's why I like to see somebody come in and just. I mean, it ain't got to be much. You ain't got to do a Roger Brogdon for that. He come in heavy.
Yeah.
But you could
just got to make it worth it.
Yeah. I mean, you could do a small. When I say small, 10, 20,000 or something with bonus fund or something would be good. So, won't y'all two guys put you together and do something?
That's why Bobby wants to talk to you about real estate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Darian Houston wants to know what was the best ET in your comp car that you've run.
And mine, an H altered automatic, we went 838. I think it was the fastest, 78 under or something like that. In H. The car been 790s in C Super, but not with me driving, with Mike DePalma driving. So
yeah,
that's with a 298 cubic inch motor and automatic.
All right.
That's it. Just amazes me to to go like 830s, 820s, 840s, getting chased like that, and having a 70 under car.
Yeah,
it makes
it's
it
fun.
tough.
You about half track already letting off a little bit to make sure you don't. Because I'm not smart enough. They've been telling me, you got to slow it down, and I'm just so hard headed. I don't want to slow it down. I can rather slow it down with my brake pedal, which does not work at 90% of the time. But I hate slowing the car down, knowing I can go 70 under. I just
Getting behind when you there's no way you can win from behind in comp.
Nah, I just rather take my chances with the brake pedal and the gas pedal. So,
true bracket racer there. I like it. What was up with all the runner-up finishes last year?
You know, me and my buddy was talking about that the other night. He said, "Man, you sucked." I said, "Well, I appreciate it." But yeah, I did suck. I was like, man, I went to three nationals in super stock and running up every one of them. You know, that's I was just sitting here talking about earlier how you're supposed to be on your game in the final, and I sucked every one of them. So we're gonna try a little different this year. If we get to a final again this year, we're gonna make sure we're gonna try to win that thing somehow.
Yeah, you're like the Buffalo.
We did good at the points races in comp. We did not do very well in nationals, and that's probably what cost me a good position in points, because them runner-ups just kill you in nationals in points. I had three points claims. I had three runner-ups, put them to 3 wins. You're looking at another 60-something points, maybe. Yeah. So that puts you second, maybe. You get us all up there pretty good. So
that's a good question. What is it? 105 for the win, and I guess depending on the field size, it's either 94 or 84. So if there's less than 64 cars, it's 84. So now you're talking about 21 point difference there 3 times.
That's a lot when you got three runner-ups. So hopefully we can change on that this year. It's
funny to sit here and make fun of somebody who run it up all those times and act like
Yeah,
I had one runner up last year, so
I appreciate it.
I'd much rather be.
Finals, man. What happened to you? You suck. Yeah, I appreciate it.
I would have much rather a bunch of runner ups than one.
I was in 14 finals last year, fellas. I mean,
oh my god,
can we say some kind of like, man, that was good? So what happened to you?
Congratulations. Right. Let's see. You finished 9th in the world in Superstock and at 559 points. So let's say they were all three wins. I want to what are we thinking? 21, 21, and 21. We'll just go with all 3 21s. One of them might have been a little less. But because that's spread there. 60 would have put you, I guess, 3rd.
Yeah.
Right?
Say that.
Yeah.
I mean, it really don't matter what money.
It doesn't matter. You don't get any money for 3rd in national points, right? You only get. Hey,
I'll tell you a good story. I didn't have to buy no new numbers from Scott Brown this year, because I finished 6th last year and 9 this year. I just took it over and flipped it over. Paid me money.
That makes sense.
Yeah,
that's crazy. But yeah, you'll finish some. You'll finish more, and I mean, I got confidence in you. I was joking about the back, but Tyler Bohannon and PJ North have a new podcast they're doing, and they were talking about the Scag deal last Tuesday, And I said, I got Monty back to back. And they was like, maybe he'll win Superstock this year. I said, okay.
There you go. That's why I like you, Walt. That's why I like you picking me. You should have put some money on it. There ain't them two boys gambling guys. You should have made them gamble a little bit.
Styles make fights, and certain races. That's why when I was with Slate and everything with the All-Stars and stuff, he won he may have the most wins in the All-Star. It just was his style of race.
Yep.
When you have to be on every round, some guys ride, and not to say that other guys didn't ride, because it was a lot of good racing. I mean, Santangelo stepped up really well, and the Trumbull kid, he did great also. But yep. So it was really good. Jason Lyon did really well.
Yeah,
and so it was a lot of good racing. But I just feel like some of those, when it's nut cutting time from the word go, some races just have an advantage, I think.
Yeah, I agree.
Monty, can you speak on the purse there? So
yeah,
what was the payout?
It was $37,000 to win. So we split at 6. I know it was 14, 14, 14 for the 3 guys that lost at 6. I can't remember what the middle. I think it was 28 maybe. And then the final, it was 20,000 to win, 10,000 runner up.
Nice.
So it was a pretty good
payout. Same payout for stock and super stock, because super stock had less cars.
I think that it was the same. It was 46 cars in both, and I think they split. We all split the same. I think it was both. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm 95% sure it was the same in Superstock.
So
how far did you get in Superstock?
I lost first round in Superstock. Doug Newell smacked me. That good-looking Barracuda. I got to looking at the car, and I forgot to put on brakes. I was like, man, that's a beautiful car. I forgot to put on brakes down there.
That'll happen. You see a lot of nice cars in stock and super stock. You know, you gotta focus on the job too.
He's got a pretty car. That car he's got in super stock is beautiful.
Yeah, everything he's got is nice.
Yeah, he's not hurting for nothing over
operation.
Hey, but that hood deal, that might have been a blessing in disguise, right? Because
there you go.
I saw it in qualifying. I said, it doesn't look good. I think I was working, so I couldn't really do anything. So whenever I was that Saturday or whatever, or maybe Friday night when I sent that, I said, wait a minute, let me record this and screen and really look at it.
So the people that don't know, I got a text from Walt showing me a picture of my front end of the car where my hood scoop was blowing up where it meets the bumper, the front bumper. And he said, you need to fix this. So we got it fixed today. So if it wasn't him, I wouldn't have known it. We put some different grill on the front. It used to be when I bought the car, it was a cop car and it was blocked off on the front. I never changed it. When NHRA said, hey, you can't have that last year at the end of the year. So you got to take. So I put an open grill on the front. So I don't know if the air is getting up that way. And because I don't think I've ever had that problem. So I think it was coming up under it and pushing up above it. But Tom Lukens at TNL Race Cars, he fixed that up today. So we got that all done, and Walt, if you see it, Orlando, Gainesville, take another picture of it.
Yeah, I don't know if the cameras are going to be as good as we had at Florida, right?
Yeah. Well, you need to come to Gainesville and sit down there at the end and take a picture of it.
I'll be there on the end with the radio with comp at the 1,000-foot dump. I need that. I need somebody to sit down there. Sometimes
we'll put the camera in your car. We'll put the camera in your car, face it right on the hood, and we'll see.
Yes, you don't never put none of your cameras in my cars. You ever?
How come? Yeah, we got to do one.
I ain't Division 1. You got to be Division 1 to get a
camera. Not a stick. I prefer the stick cars. We already had this conversation a couple minutes ago. So.
No, I can look at the camera going down the track, and talk to you or something. Yeah.
That'd be some good stuff.
Well, I can't thank you enough, Monty, for coming on, man, and I appreciate it. And congratulations on your win. Wonderful driving display. I hope they have this race again next year. Place looked packed again. Am I accurate in saying that it was crowded?
Yes,
The spectators showed up this year, or what?
very packed. One time I was going to the start line on my golf cart, and all I could see was cars and motorhomes, far as I could see, trying to get into this place. They had, it's 2-lane coming in, and right at the end it breaks into a 4-lane. Far as you can see down the 2-lane road, people trying to get in this place. It was unbelievable packed.
I love it.
That's awesome.
And I love that Stock and Superstock gets to be part of this.
Yes.
And, I hope it keeps going forever. I'm going back next year, and I'm hoping to bring a car down there next year. I want to be in this event. I want to race in it. And
well, if I had extra stock, you could drive it, but you're not getting mine at that event.
I think I'll go in Superstock where there's a couple less cars, maybe increase my chances a little bit.
There you go. Okay, fellas, I enjoyed it, man.
Yeah, man. Thank you very much. I'll see you at Gainesville, and hopefully Walt will see you at Belrose the weekend after that.
Yep. All right, fellas. Enjoyed it.
All right, you have a good night, and go apologize to your wife.
No, don't worry. I got to go. I'm going to try. Hopefully, if I stay out long enough, she might be asleep.
Oh, there you go.
See you, fellas.
All right, see you, Monty. Thank you. Thank you. What a guy.
Yep, good guy, great racer. It's all good. Fun to be around.
Yep. Let's rattle off the final round there. We know that Joe Santangelo was in the final of stock and super stock. He was a little late there in that stock round against Monty. Joe was 0.47 on the tree, which is, it's not like him. So Monty called a break there. Monty was 0.10 and he was ready to go. Joe ran a 10.27 at 121 miles an hour. He broke out by a little bit there, but then he comes around in super stock and squares off against Hayden Trumbull. Now, what I did find interesting was who was on the call there announcing Derek Putnam and Randy Lynchip?
Correct. Yep, that was the two.
And he said right as they were rolling in, he said, "I think this is the first time I've seen Hayden Trumbull in the right lane all weekend." So maybe it attributed, maybe not. But Hayden was ready, man. He was 0.12. And Joe was 0.34, which is still probably not what Joe wanted to be. Probably wanted to be better than that. Right. But boy, did you see Joe drop the anchor down there?
Yep, absolutely. And he dropped the anchor on both. Like Monty said, he in the Stalker final, he caught most of it and it worked out in his favor. And in this situation, I haven't even talked to Hayden and them guys, the Trumbull boys, since they've been back home. But I just think that he may have not caught it as well as because Santangelo essentially did the same thing in both finals, because he was late, he was behind on the tree, and he dumped real hard in the super stock final to dead one, and Hayden just didn't catch all of it, I guess. So
yeah, and Hayden, did Hayden dial up there one?
Yeah, I don't know, and like we said, like you mentioned earlier, they're working the bugs out on that car. I know that not 7-8 days before that, they were putting the motor back in the car and everything. So I don't know if they had time to test till they got down there, and they may have. I didn't get a chance to crunch all the numbers just yet, but they may have been thinking they were dialed honest, and they picked up on them for whatever reason, So sometimes that happens.
It happens. Things are hot. Drivetrain's hot. The sun's going down. It's cooling off a little bit. It's just those kind of rounds. You got to have a separate database for, I would say, sometimes. So
Joe's stuff is lined out to the point where I'm sure he knew what he was going, and they were dialed really close. So Joe probably knew he was behind when he left, and knew he had to drive it as far as he could and dump real hard. That was his only option, and it worked out for him. I mean, that's his experience, and it's him being a really good racer.
Right. I mean, it was basically a heads up run. I think Joe ran 967 at 119 on the drop, and Hayden Trumbull ran a 965 at 131. So they were basically it was a heads up run. So a good race, two great drivers there, and two red Camaros, I guess we'll say, separated by about 20-ish years. So There you go. There you have it, Walt. You got anything else to add? Because I'm ready to go eat dinner and go to bed.
No, we're good. We're good. It's good seeing you, and hopefully you can make it to Belrose also. And you got to do some schmoozing.
Yeah,
And
we'll see.
or bring Kiki with you.
But
if
think
you
we'll have
bring
a
her,
great time there.
you'll have to bring her every year because she's always going to want to come.
That is about the most fun you can have at a racetrack with all the food, parties, music. I mean,
it's a great time.
It's good and a crowd, at a divisional / sports national. So,
and believe it or not, there will be a little bit of racing,
right? And that is that's the double weekend. So March 12th to the 16th. So double coming off of the Gainesville 2 weeks. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens. Thank you everybody for tuning in. We got a couple last minute comments that flew in. John Rodriguez,
hey,
how you
John.
doing, man? Thanks for tuning in. Dean Tate, congrats. Representing the Carolinas. That's for you, Monty. Did Scott do your FMG sticker? FMG sticker.
That's a Monty and Mike thing. I'm not touching it.
All right. What combo was in the Camaro? Sorry for all the questions. Might try it one day. Well, if you're talking about the stocker, that's a 396. If you're talking about the super stocker, that's a modified, probably small cubic inch. If you have a Nitro Joe book,
I don't have it off the top of my head. Yeah, but
we'll figure it out and we'll post the response for you.
Yep.
All right, Walt, thanks for tuning in. Everybody, thank you. Thanks to the sponsors that make this show possible every week. Please be sure to like, subscribe, and share, and find out where Ray Thurston was tonight, by the way. You know what? We're a little disappointed he didn't show up.
He's later than usual.
All right. I'm telling you, he's in trouble. We're going to go after him. All right, guys. Thanks a lot for tuning in. And thank you, Walt. I'll see you all later. Good luck when your racing season starts. I know Phoenix is coming up, I don't know, pretty soon, right?
Couple weeks.
February 21st to 22nd is Orlando, and Phoenix is February 21st or 20th to the 23rd. So there you go. 9 days away. All right. Take care.
See ya.